Hello, it is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Tuesday crossword, which means we're going to be solving what should be a fairly approachable early week themed crossword. And this hopefully approachable early week themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by William Camtron, Henrik Koskinen, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the five of them. They are, of course, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. Their generous support sustains this channel, keeps this series going, so I'm very grateful to them, as I am for the efforts of all of the patrons of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. Thanks to all of you who make this series possible and sustainable for me. And if you'd like to support the channel in that manner, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video. There you can find, of course, all of the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses official mug. So thank you again to everybody who's a patron. Thanks, of course, to everybody who subscribes to the channel on YouTube, and please consider doing so if you've been enjoying these videos. Also subscribe, I should say, like the videos and comment if you've got a moment and feel the inspiration to do so. And then finally, there is, of course, the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which you can join to become a member of that nice friendly chat community over there. There's a link in the description field underneath the video as well. Check it out. It's a nice place. All right, let's get on to the crossword. This is a themed Tuesday construction by Nate Carden, who's constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving, see how we get on with this puzzle. And we have one string of shaded cells down there. I'll refrain from reading that clue for the time being. We'll wait till we get there. Stat, that's probably ASAP. Do it quickly. Like most Italian nouns ending in O, would be masculine. I would think that is what that is referring to. And of course, we've abbreviated it because we're told to do so. Okay, volcanic residue is ash. That was in the crossword just the other day. 1/26th and a fifth, 26 point. How would you read this fraction? I guess you could simply say 1 out of 26.2 of a marathon. Would there be a way to read that as a fraction as opposed to a ratio or something? I don't know. Anyway, it's a mile. There are 26.2 miles in a marathon. Sirius XM medium. That's radio. That's a digital, I guess, radio service. Cheek swab material. DNA? I mean, because if you sort of swab your cheek, it's probably for a DNA test. I think that's probably the answer. Let's see how far we can go without having to check any crosses. Number of copies requested by a publisher. Oh no, okay. I might have to break the pattern that I literally just introduced. Number of copies requested by a publisher. A sort of print run or something? Print looks good, actually. Just looking at the downs, those provide some good crosses. Yeah, it probably starts with print. Print, I don't know. There's absolutely no reason for me not to just look at the crosses, so I'll do it. Bit of concert equipment is an amp. What the Portuguese senor means is sir. Probably didn't pronounce that brilliantly. Actor Mahershala of Moonlight, Mahershala Ali. There we go, great actor. Snail mail correspondent could be your pen pal, with whom you exchange letters. A swindler's victim is a mark, so someone who's the target of a scam of some sort. Some venomous snakes are adders. Dos plus cinco would be 7. Siete? Oh boy, I think I would know this. Siete sounds better to me. Okay. Bungee cables, for example. Cords? Is it as simple as that? Oh, it's a print order. I was on the right track with print run, but yeah. So bungee cables, for example, I guess they're just cords, presumably. This will be pocket something. Yes, pocket doors. Barriers that slide in and out of a wall would be pocket doors. There we go. Skillful. If you're adroit, you're skillful. So that's It's from the French, of course. And then, but pronounced in English, adroit. And then, like high-strung horses, snarly? Maybe they're snarling all the time. Seems likely. Let's put it in. We'll check the crosses sooner or later. Fairy tale brother, Hansel and Gretel, I would think. From the story where they lay the breadcrumbs. And then Howard, who narrates Arrested Development. Oh, no, it's not. It's not snarly. Look at that. Because Ron Howard narrates the excellent show Arrested Development. So, like high-strung horses. Snorty. Oh, they snort. There we go. Horses do have that very distinctive kind of snort sound they make. So that sounds right. Temporary relief would be respite. And then here we have a fiber optic cable, a way to transmit information. And then a texter's sign-off would be TTYL, talk to you later. Great, okay. So that's all taken care of. Shriveled could be shrunken or, I don't know, can't think. Hits the slope. If one hits the slope, one skis. And then a track meet event would be a race, presumably. Although SR doesn't look great here. So maybe not. Track meet event. What else could it be? A dash? In 4 letters, what would it be? I assume it's some kind of foot race, but okay, I'm not sure. Sorry. Ship's backbone could be its keel. Roast beef au jus. So the kind of, served with the juice of the meat, the liquid. Actor McKellen, who played Gandalf, Ian McKellen. There we go. Mayday. SOS, so that's a distress call, and then on a ship or something. And then track meet event. Oh, a heat. Right, okay, yes. I don't remember exactly what defines a heat, but yes, you do hear that. That's how you often kind of races at track meets are heats. Shriveled is still not seeing it. Here we have a boatload is a whole ton of something. And mountaineering enthusiast in slang. Oh, a rock jock? I've never heard that one before, but it must be in the sense of rock climbing. So, yeah, there we go. All right, great. Oh, shriveled as a verb, past tense verb, shriveled, shrank, it shriveled up, it shrank. There we go. Okay. City mentioned at the start of Grateful Dead's Friend of the Devil. I don't really know Grateful Dead particularly well, but just purely based on the fill, this must be Reno, Nevada. So there we go. Stereotypical literary persona. Is it a person who appears in literature, or is it a person who has a literary air about them? A story something? Genre for the 1990s band Sublime. Oh, ska. Kind of, I don't know, North American version of ska, I guess. So stereotypical literary persona. Oh, stock character. There we go. Okay. Good. So that would be a figure in a work of literature, a stock character, kind of standard archetype. Ted Lasso, for one, is a fictional coach, football coach in a show, a fun show. All right, are we there yet? Goes the question. And then one side in checkers is red. So you have red and black in checkers. And then rotten would be bad. Organization with a 10 most wanted fugitives list would be the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. And something you don't have to pay for, redundantly, is a freebie or a free ride or a free... Oh, redundantly. So it'll be something else that already implies free. A free gift. There we go. That is redundant. Okay. Golly gee, you might say, quaintly. Having a light touch. If you have a light touch, you're having a light touch. ING? Maybe. Not 100% certain. Sharp and shrewd. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to leave that out and we'll come back to it. Longoria of Desperate Housewives. I've not seen this, but I've certainly heard of Ava Longoria. Is it EVA or AVA? Ooh, I think it's E. Maintain as a bar. Yes, okay, so a bartender tends bar. It's in the name. They maintain the bar. And then rotten, if you're rotten, you could be evil. Oh, and then I think we had rotten over here as well. Rotten for bad and then rotten evil. Slightly different meanings, but they could be used in the same way. Give stars, say, is to rate a film, for example. And then right away, boss, on it. Cookie-flavored breakfast cereal. Right, okay. I've encountered this, I think, mainly in the crossword, but it's Oreo O's, a completely ludicrous-looking entry, which just looks like Oreos. But there we go. Oreo O's, I think, are little... I assume they're sort of tiny little Oreo cookies, but maybe they're different. Maybe they differ in some way to standard Oreos other than their size. I don't know. This looks like girdle. Yes, it is. Tight undergarment is a girdle. Helpful connections are in, so you might know some people in, at a company you're trying to work for or something. Ins. Designer's collection. Some sort of line. Fashion line. There we go. So what do we have? Before I look at the revealer, can I figure out what is going on here? We have pocket doors, stock character, fashion line. Well, Ock is in two of them, but that seems coincidental because it's not in fashion line. Pocket doors, stock character, fashion line. Sorry, not saying it. That's too bad. What about this? Irritable or... Oh, I missed print order. Does that help? I don't know. Irritable or how you might describe all the words in the answers to the starred clues. Right. Interesting. All the words in the answers. So print, order, pocket, doors, stock, character, fashion, and online can all be described in one way. Wow. Okay. No wonder I didn't say whatever this is. So, and it means irritable. But also there are these shaded cells here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we'll come back to it. Jeweler's lens is a loop, a little sort of lens that they use to inspect flaws or try and find flaws. Having a light touch could be gentle. There we go. Okay, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Pie in the face sound would be a splat. Student loan forgiveness, there we go, is a concept. And then sharp and shrewd is keen. Merchant's booth is a kiosk. Oh, out of sorts. Out of sorts. What does this mean? How you might describe all the words in the answers to the starred clues. Out of sorts. What does this mean? I'm sorry. How am I not seeing what this is? Okay, I'm going to finish the puzzle and then come back to it. Smallest of the Chinese zodiac animals is a rat. Fill in the blank. How's it going? Sup, as in what's up. Okay, so then here we have Oahu, the Diamond's Head Island, so that's an island of Hawaii. And then staircase part is a step. Great, straightforward enough. Dancing Queen group is, of course, ABBA. To present as a prize is to bestow the prize. And the Godfather Oscar winner, who won an Oscar for The Godfather? Played The Godfather. Brent. Yes, Brent. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of. And then common plot point on a soap opera is an affair. There we go. That's pretty classic. So before we fill that out, let's just look at the other crosses. A skin spot could be a freckle. And wedding words, I do. It's a vow. And then to heed, the coxswain would be to row. So the person who's directing the rowers in a boat. And then affair, and there we go. All right, that was the Tuesday crossword. So the actual grid fill I thought was actually maybe a little bit even more straightforward for me than yesterday's Monday crossword, but I still don't understand what's going on with the theme. Irritable, you're out of sorts, or out of sorts. Is something to do with an anagram? I don't see how that could be the case. How you might describe all the words in the answers to the starred clues. What am I missing here? I feel really dense at the moment. How you might describe all the words in the answers to the starred clues. Out of sorts. And why is out of gray? Shaded, out of shaded. Print, order, pocket, doors. Should I look this up? I don't know. This is so unusual that I just can't, even when it's been completely solved, I just can't. Oops, sorry, I meant to scroll there we go. I'm looking at the clues in case that makes any difference. I don't think it will because it specifically says the answers to the starred clues. So, yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Okay, well, what should I do? Maybe I'll just try and figure this out. I guess I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay, here it is. The sorts I was not thinking about this the right way. The sorts isn't actually doing very much. It's really the out of bit that's important. Every word in each one of these answers is an out of sort. It's a word that can go with the phrase out of. So out of print, out of order, out of pocket, out of doors, out of stock, out of character, out of fashion, and out of line. Wow. Okay. So that was completely, that was really, really impenetrable to me for some reason. I don't know. I could not. It's actually kind of this sort of thing you'd encounter in Connections, which is one of the New York Times newer word games that I also solve every day. But yeah, I just didn't see it. So there we go. Hopefully you were a bit more aligned with the theme than I was. This is definitely the sort of puzzle where before I started doing this video series, I would have just run right through it. Probably it's possible that by the time I actually read this answer, I might have already had it mainly filled with crosses and therefore not even bothered having read the clue very carefully. I might have just gone through it, not noticed there was any sort of theme. No, except that never mind. I say that, but there are these shaded cells, so maybe I would have been curious about that. But honestly, I might have just sort of looked at it, thought, oh, I don't know what that's about, and then moved on. I wasn't very rigorous before I started doing this video series. When it came to solving the crossword, I would just kind of solve them quickly and then move on. But anyway, that's that for the Tuesday puzzle. Hopefully you enjoyed that theme and actually spotted it more readily than I did. So there we go. A funny combination of a very approachable grid fill with what was for me a tricky theme in the end, to at least figure it out, if not to fill it. So I'll be back tomorrow for the midweek, mid-difficulty Wednesday crossword. Do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.